Right, there we go. I've put them back on. Covering
Okay.
the English channel. I did. That's what I never realised, is that you could select them to cover the channels. I thought you had to have them covering the region nearest to the channel. I didn't realise it was the other. You can click that.
I'm guessing you're going to give me bomber support and stuff, yeah?
Yeah, I still can't
I've
actually see any... you've put close air support as naval strike, as opposed to naval bombers. You may not actually have naval bombers, but...
Oh, we do have 24. Did we swap them over?
We got 126 naval bombers somewhere. Let's see, 24 in Yorkshire, 24 in Singapore. Drag the Singapore ones over.
Okay, so where's Singapore?
So the Yorkshire ones are covering... Where are they?
I don't want to remove it.
I see what you've done. You've set them to cover northern England, not the North Sea.
Ah, right, okay, okay.
There you go, I've swapped that over.
Alright.
Yeah, bring the Singapore ones over and drop them in some of the southern airfields and have them cover the channel.
But,
Ooh, who do we want as... We want Supermarine as our aircraft designer, surely.
yeah, why not?
It's for light fighters, agility and max speed boost. What was in the research tree actually after the Hurricane? Because it wasn't... Oh, it is the Spitfire, good.
Because independent.
The heavy tank, later on at least the Churchill, which is why I've gone for it. Alright, 38.
Come
Let's
on.
upgrade our infantry equipment.
Come
Ooh.
on.
No, cancel, cancel, cancel. I didn't have the right...
Right, now that I've actually figured out how to do this, it made a billion times more sense. And
Yes.
now I know what I'm doing on my own bloody playthroughs. It's like, why aren't they attacking ships in the sea? Why am I losing so bad? Oh, you've got to assign them to the actual channel. Derp. Right, let's assign them.
You got 3 more divisions up here now, dropkick. Your last one's just about to finish.
Yeah, I'll wait until he's sorted.
11th of February.
Sorted the channel, the North Sea sorted. Southern England is everywhere is sorted. Right, let's move on to Malta, yeah.
You'll get a load more air bases when I do one of these focuses.
Is it worth putting some reserves in Gibraltar in terms of
We do want some people in Gibraltar. I've fortified the hell out of it.
I've got interwar fighters, that's it.
Ooh. Malta will get 2 coastal forts and an air base. Right, so I haven't actually put them in order yet. If we drop that down to...
I'm gonna have them covered. Right, Dropkick. The Air Force is going to support you down in the south first, and then once you've wrapped that up, I'll move them straight north. I think south is a bit bigger and will be a bit more of a challenge. Actually, you probably won't even need them up north. The enemy only have divisions up there.
I think the main problem is going to be the mountains.
We in 38. Ooh. What do we want? Resource efficiency gain? No, probably not. Where's that? Research tech. I'll go for that.
No template. A towed anti-tank.
Yeah, it's because I haven't got the research, the army experience to put it in, but I'm going to make enough of them so I can just chuck it on all these infantry. Because if we're going to hold back the Blitzkrieg without proper tank divisions, because I haven't got the factories for them, I might as well give the infantry a chance.
That's waiting on a factory to start, even though it's old. Take forever, but whatever.
I think I'm pretty much just sitting and waiting now.
I think you've got quite a lot more troops than the game would usually assign Britain for Africa, just as a guess. I mean, the only time I've really fought down there was as Canada, where I brought over 24 divisions and steamrolled the place. Because you end up with all of, like, South Africa's divisions come up. I mean, just look down there how many they've got sitting around.
Yeah.
You got some dockyards?
Yeah, I'm away.
So my plan would probably be, after this, to maybe go and reinforce China.
We can't really do much. We can't do much to help China.
No?
Nope.
Right,
The Soviets will probably chip in.
Yeah, the Soviets will,
naval
but
mode.
we can't. We're not allowed to at the moment. We haven't been able to get down to that tech, and we can't get to it till... When can we get down here? End of 38. Oh, so I can probably do that gas mask one. I should probably do that.
Is there a way to quickly add new ships to a new fleet without having, even if the fleet is under orders to do something? Or do I have to
You have to get them to the same place.
Oh, okay, right.
It's a bit sucky, I know, but...
Right. Won't be long in this map mode, I'm just trying to find ships out.
38. I'll get you the Wellington bomber, maybe. Let me just check everything else.
I've not got the production.
No, I know, but... Or... I'm going to get field hospitals, actually. Because that will help us get troops trickle back from wounded.
Convoy raiding, there we go, that's the one I wanted, the submarine flotilla.
Someone's telling me to do a national focus. I can't deal till the 21st of December 38 just because we're in 38.
I certainly need air support though.
Got it, you've got...
You got air support hitting both parts of Italy?
Yeah, I've got them in the south. I've focused them all in the south, that'll probably be the hardest one.
I can see tanks up in the north part, that's what I'm saying.
Take the close air support from Birmingham. We're not going to need close air support in Britain.
Okay, I'll take it on and deploy it down there after I've been... Create new fleet.
What was I going to do with this?
By raiding.
You can probably stick them in Malta, can't you?
You and your bloody naval view.
Sorry, I am almost done. I am just literally finishing up now. Search and destroy.
Ugh.
Right, we're up to 3 full stacks of factories building at a time.
There you go. Take all the corsairs from Britain.
Alright, I'm throwing Malta to the top of the list. How much supply has Malta got? 16. Let's siphon off a few divisions. God's sake.
When you said the Corsair support as well, Mal, is that including the ones in the defending the North Sea?
If you want.
We've got... Right, okay, I'm just checking, don't want to...
Obviously, I'm not focusing anything on mainland Italy at first. You're aware of that, aren't you?
Yep.
Or to be had. Tactical bombers in southern England and in northern England. Oh, they're the ones at the North Sea, the tactical bombers.
Oh, I see. You've got the biplanes going for the bombers and the Hurricanes going for the fighters.
Yeah.
Right, I've put 5 troops on Malta. Can we try and leave them there?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I literally just sweeped up from everywhere. Pretty much to try and
I'm just trying to make Malta the sort of the defensive point for jumping into Italy, just to screw with them. It's a nice fighter base that can cover a load of their stuff.
We don't want tactical bombers in near the North Sea, do we?
Probably not.
Play them.
Because if you can make some marines that might be able to take a dock on mainland Italy after I finished up here.
You don't even need the submarines, you just drive the battleships up and go boom. Italy does have a reasonable navy, I think. It's not amazing like compared to us, but it's something. It's not horribly insignificant. Alright, fortify Malta. How's production going? And we're out of men.
Literally, no one.
That is where I will stop my infantry production. Right.
Right.
What is it, December before we can start?
Yeah. Before I get a load more manpower back.
Dropkit, you've got quite a lot near the northern part now.
That's fine.
Easily deal with
the
that.
more we've got it, the quicker hopefully we can take the land. That's a nice chunk of land we'll gain from this.
Malta is...
Just watch for Germany sending reinforcements if they do well against France, and nationalist Spain will eventually kick in and come and attack the French lands in the west. So if you mop up Italy, have something over there ready for them.
Naval view again, just clear.
Pretty much your guys down in the east, as soon as they're done down there, can swing up to the northwest corner. I don't think you'll get invaded. I mean, watch for naval invasions. We should get little announcements if they happen.
Surely the amount of navy here should stop that from happening.
The other thing you want to keep an eye on is the Suez Canal, because then you can Hovis can keep sneaking troops from the Mediterranean out into Eastern Africa, which is right next to Cairo.
Are we going to end up going to war with nationalist Spain as well?
They usually end up joining the Axis eventually. They don't come in straight away, I think.
Because we've got Gibraltar as a stage if needed.
Oh yeah, I was going to send more troops down there.
I'm going to send these 33 ships to patrol the west of nationalist Spain area. Stop them sending fleets around there, I think.
Because we fortified the hell out of it.
Or do we need more?
Sorry, what was that?
Do we need more fleets in the English Channel?
I would say you probably want more in the Med just to bash Italy's fleet while you can.
Right, okay. I will send these 33 ships down there then.
Yeah, we got a level 10 land fort in Gibraltar and there's now 7 divisions.
Let's have him search and destroy, and let's have him...
The one place we might lose is Hong Kong, but I don't know what we actually get from it.
Resource map mode
Not a
in
lot.
Hong Kong. Nothing. Well, it's got a naval base and an air base.
Yeah.
Worth taking the planes out.
And the ships.
And the ships, and probably the one infantry. Well, I'll leave the one infantry division in there as just a
token gesture.
Yeah.
It's got naval bombers in there as well. Let's return them to the reserve.
Bloody hell, Japan are certainly steamrolling through, aren't they?
They're actually doing it this time. Oh, they've managed to get themselves cut off, though, I reckon. If China can close that gap to the sea, they'll starve out a huge amount of people in there. At which point, you probably find Japan loses horribly.
You think?
If he starves out like 20% of his army. Will you stop it with the navy thing? Right, hang on.
I had to do it.
France wants to join the Allies. Yes. Fortify Malta.
I'm going to put those naval bombers in Malta.
Right, they're demanding Czechoslovakia. We're not going to go to war over that. The Czechs are on their own. Because we're not ready.
Carrying bomber fighter.
Right. I've got time for one more research thing before this Spirit to End All Wars thing, I think. What do we want? Industrial effort. Then that kicks down the following one is the military factories. Yep, that'll do nicely.
Oh, I need 360 manpower to deploy these naval.
Am I going to end up needing military police?
We will eventually, but probably not right now. Actually, there's a point you might do.
Yeah, because Italy's not going to just... Because Italy's
I'm
got all that
going
up
to
there
end
as
up
well.
needing to just hold areas, aren't I?
Does Italy have anywhere else other than its main, other than Italy and the southern regions in Africa?
I don't believe so.
Game, there's no way to check, isn't there?
In a few random tank symbols popping up in other areas.
If you check Cornwall again, you've got another tank division coming across for you. I need to get some military experience.
One a week for these career fighters. Gladiators. I've filled it.
Right, let's exercise these guys. How much does that gain me? Oh, not huge amounts, but if I need to get to 10, I think. Is it 10 to get anti-tank guns on their division designer? Oh no, 5.
Naval bomb.
Do we want it there? Hard attack 25.
Alright, we don't need any more carrier fighters. I'm going to start getting more naval bombers.
I'm doing it.
Oh, they're only carrier naval bombers. But can I still use them from airfields? Or do they have to be on a... Or do they only go towards carriers?
Sorry, what was that?
The carrier naval bombers.
You can use them on airfields.
Right, okay then. Right, I'll do that. Don't need close air support. Well, yeah, we will do once that starts. But I need more. I need just 2 factories and I'd be happy.
Computing machine and support weapons. Right, you wanted military police.
If possible. Certainly going to come in handy, I think.
And the first 2 factories he captures go to my planes.
What else do we need? Are we in 38?
Yeah.
Hovis, what ships do you want researched? We've got battleship, cruiser, or heavy, light cruiser, heavy cruiser, or carrier.
Oh, right, with 38. Probably carrier.
And then the other slot, I need to find something useful for. What are we in 38? Right, let's get some more decryption. Oh, Germany's stacking up on the Maginot Line.
Bloody hell, aren't they just? From what I can see there, they're just going to push straight across it.
They're level 10 forts. They bounce off of that horribly.
Okay.
What they need to do, and what they did in reality, was they went through Belgium and Holland, hooked around behind it. Which is where I intend to try and hold them, hopefully. But we shall see. We're getting our equipment up. How's production going? Missing some anti-tank guns. Not huge amounts though. How many fighters you got in reserve still, Hovis?
In reserve, 189 Gladiators, 42 Nimrod, 35 Sea Gladiators, and 18 Naval Bombers, which I was going to assign onto Malta, but I don't have the manpower.
You've got access to the French airfields now, I'm just saying.
Oh, we do.
I wouldn't put them too close to the front, but, well, just keep an eye on them. That's the point, I guess. Moving back when it starts getting to it.
Right, if I put them in Champagne... Oh, no. How about if I put them in that airfield near Paris?
Just cover the French things. Don't try and fly over Germany.
Okay. I'll just cover northern France then. I can't dip them. I've got no manpower.
Right, we're going to delay slightly getting our manpower so we can get some free military factories.
Okay.
Because I couldn't have saved enough days up anyway.
These destroyers, some of these destroyers aren't deploying because of the lack of manpower. Should I cut down ship production?
No, just hold it.
Mal, quick one.
Yep.
You're suffering attrition on your soldiers?
That's because they're training.
Oh, is it? Ah, right, sorry.
I'll stop that.
Actually, is it worth him doing that, Mal? Or he's a regular, so they've got a bit more advantage?
It uses up... I was doing it to try and get military experience as opposed to anything else.
Oh, okay. Oh, 3 military factories?
Yeah.
1 extra.
Let me just get a full line of anti-tank guns first.
No, that's fine. All my planes are now actually being built. They've all got at least 1 factory assigned to them, so that's fine. So we're going to start getting more naval bombers.
I'm going to give you 2 rows of fighters lined up. They'll filter in as they filter in.
Okay, I'm going to add... Oh, okay, Corsair support isn't...
I need to find some more stuff for us to build. Alright, more military factories, guys.
Yep. I think the important things for in terms of our air force is our naval bombers and our fighters.
Doing quite nice on infantry equipment.
I can't deploy my destroyers.
Keep that up.
Why can't I deploy my destroyers? Insufficient manpower. Ugh.
Yeah, the next thing after this one will be the one that unhooks that massive manpower deficit.
December's here.
Yeah, it has to be the 31st of December, and I wasn't gonna... You can only store, I think it's 30 days up before if you don't select immediately, and it would have meant we started losing points, so I've opted to delay slightly unlocking it to make sure we don't lose points.
Winter
that increases training time. Never mind. Oh no, we can't get it anyway because we're not fascist or communist. Mind?
Theorist victory through air power. Army experience gain. You.
175k of our manpower, it goes into our navy.
Rule Britannia?
I might even just use these gladiators in France as well. we're not. They're only interwar fighters. They're not really worth much.
Whether you have the manpower to deploy them.
Well,
What
no, I
I can
don't.
see in northern Africa, I might be able to just bum rush through there. They haven't got a lot in there.
Thing is, they can very quickly get troops from mainland Italy to North Africa, whereas they can't get them down the eastern one without sailing all the way around because we control the canal.
Mm.
You're more likely to be able to cut off, especially if you go for the coast first.
That's what I'm doing pretty much.
Yeah, you'll starve them of supplies if you take all the coast.
That is the plan with that separate line up the top.
And then set up a defensive line on the coast, I think, after you've taken that.
I think I might struggle in these mountains though. But then saying that, they've pulled everything back off of the lines over here.
They're probably facing it against the French. Alright. Military Training Act. Go! 70 days, then all of the manpowers.
When does the war normally kick off?
They even demanded Czechoslovakia yet? I think they're behind schedule, maybe. They might not be.
Maybe we'll win. How's Japan doing?
I thought they have Czechoslovakia, and you were like, we're not going to war over that.
They took a part of it. They haven't taken the bigger chunk of it and turned it so that they've got all of the Czech and just Slovakia's left. So
Japan's having a field day.
Yeah, it's not getting as far as it would like in the north, though. It's only pushed in a little bit.
Hmm.
Right, we're in 39 now. Let me just pause this a second and look. I'll go for factory output boost first, actually. Not too much of a decision at all, really. Oh, we're short on resources. Oil. Merca. Send it over. You will probably need some things on convoy protection duties out in the Atlantic.
Atlantic. Where am I?
It'll probably be the node that touches Ireland, and then the 3 to the west of that. I doubt the submarines could get much further out range-wise. I might be wrong.
The node that's Ireland and...
So, North Atlantic Ridge, Denmark Strait, Mid-Atlantic.
Okay.
Actually, you can see the lines that our stuff gets transported through. So you don't even need the Denmark Strait.
Can I? How do I say this, sorry?
In naval view, it's the dotted.
Oh, right, so I need... Right, okay, so, yeah.
So Mid-Atlantic Gap and Central Atlantic Gap, Iberian Coast would be the other ones.
When this next fleet's built, I will do.
Probably destroyers for the ones further out, because if it's submarines, they're the only things that are really going to worry about them. Keep the heavy
resources.
You've got 7 subs in Sierra Leone, or whatever it's called. Just sat there doing nothing.
Yeah, are we on...
Right, you got a full 2 rows of factories on fighters. Your close air support's filling up now.
Ah, I do have that, mightn't I? No. Oh shit, I forgot I had some down it. Cheers. Them to up to this fleet.
I never changed the tanks to the Matildas.
Uh-oh.
Military police are done in 6 days. Problem is we won't have a template to steal. Oh no, I know what I can do. You've got the cavalry divisions, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will edit them to have the military police once we get 10 infantry experience.
Roger that. I've only got 3 units of them though.
Yeah, you just need to set them to garrison and they'll just go sit on the cities that are rebelling. $39. Alright, it's infantry weapons 2 time.
12 ships. 13 ships.
Upgrade our radar again.
Let me just see if I've got any more fleets sat around doing now. They're all assigned now. Oh wow, we might want to reinforce North O'Neill at some point.
Where?
The region we own in the Netherlands. Sorry, in the Netherlands. Bloody hell. Near Siam, east of Siam.
Singapore.
No, down there. It's got 72 rubber and 18 oil.
Well, compared to the 800 and something rubber in the one next to it.
Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Hello, 338,000 manpower.
I can deploy my air wings. Right. Malta can have some.
Why can we not unlock that? Oh, we just did earlier. That's why. We'll get an extra research slot.
Naval. Where are my naval plumbers? There they are. Let's